Disclaimer, this video contains opinions, bad editing, and bad jokes. Growing up sucks. You come to a lot of realizations that just kind of ruin your childhood. You learn that you can't do Kamehameha waves, you won't be developing any kind of superpower, Santa isn't real, taxes exist, and games that you liked as a kid are probably bad. Oh, maybe not bad, but it's more accurate to say not as good as you remember them being. That's how the Sonic Adventure games are for me. Admittedly, I still like these games today, though it's mostly because of stupid stuff.
Huh? What? Tails? Watch out! You're gonna crash! Ah! Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you! Faker!
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you eat those words!
I used to think these games were unironically cool. Many people would say that these are the best of the 3D Sonic games, maybe even the best of all of them. What's funny about that is that I can't really disagree with that first statement, but when you take a look back, it's clear how messy they really are. Though if we're being honest, it's not like that's changed much for Sonic over the years. Sonic's history is just riddled with missteps and mistakes and... oh god. Oh god, get it away from me. I'm just gonna go over Sonic Adventure 1 for this example, but some of this applies to 2 as well. There's tons of praise for how good it feels to play Sonic stages. I mean, it is a satisfactory experience overall. It does have a lot of glitchy areas, many of which are out of your control and a lot of them that get you killed. But these stages serve their purpose for the most part. But take a step back for a second. You might remember that Sonic Adventure isn't just about Sonic. That's right, this game has 5 other characters for you to play as. I have serious problems enjoying the rest of these characters. Except for Knuckles, I personally like the Emerald Hunting sections. That's kind of just my opinion. Though they don't really vibe all too well with Sonic's theme of going fast, I just like them anyway. Let's go over all the other ones though. Tails' sections are just Sonic stages with Superman 64 rings slapped to the side as boosters so that he could beat Sonic or Eggman in the race. What, does Tails have racing as a gimmick? Never mind. Amy's got a neat concept, but she has funky controls, and the killer robot chasing you isn't all that threatening most of the time. Gamma's sections are essentially just shoot-'em-ups that are okay at best, IMO. And it's something that happens in Sonic Adventure 2 also, and I think it's slightly better there, but also, it's whatever. And Big. You already know. This is all to simply say that these games aren't as great as I once thought they were, personally, because I used to think these games were fantastic and amazing as a kid. But revisiting these games as an adult, I wouldn't be able to enjoy it as much as I did then because of all the problems that are now very apparent to me. And that's what I'm getting at, because as a kid, I wouldn't even think about a game having issues or not being as well made as others. I would simply play and have a good time. That's the thing that gets lost on you when you get older. However, there is a series for me that, to this day, manages to hold that same wonder from when I was young, and it's Pokemon. And I know, Sword and Shield is a hot topic because of how rough certain parts of the game look, as well as just having several questionable decisions being made. I'm not here to talk about that. Hell, the point I'm about to get to is probably the reason why Sword and Shield will still be a financial success. Pokemon is this series that just holds something special for me. And for tons of other people as well. Pokemon Blue was one of, if not the first game I ever played, because it was either that or Hams Haro Ham Hams Unite. And let me tell you, one of these games aged pretty well. Ham Ha. Pokemon Red and Blue are these archaic relics of gaming that should really only be observed instead of actually being played for fun. Menus are janky and cluttered, there's some unclear progression points, the special stat is both special attack and defense for some reason. What? Jinx is black? It's just got a lot of problems. But I could probably pick it up again and still have as much fun as I did when I played it all those years ago. These games just get to me somehow. Nostalgia's a part of it, sure, but that's not the only thing about it. Here's an example. Back around the time that X and Y came out, my dad took me to go pick it up along with the special 3DS XL. It was the blue one with the legendaries on it. And there was this incredible excitement I felt on the way back home with it. Even at that time, I was just thinking that no other series could get me quite as excited in the same way. The feeling I felt then was what I consider my childlike wonder in full throttle. I actually have another example too, because around the time that Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blue Rescue Team came out, well, before that, I had heard about it, and it was advertised as you becoming the Pokemon. And back at that time, that was in like elementary school, that was really exciting to me. I thought that was awesome. So I started saving money from like really crappy allowance or just finding coins randomly, I think. I feel like I remember having a ton of pennies for some reason. I probably didn't have enough, but I thought I had enough maybe, because I was stupid. But eventually I did get it. The reason I bring this up is because that was actually back in elementary school, you know, when I was a kid. But I still compare the feeling to when I got X and Y, because that was, in my mind, the same amount of excitement as back then. And I mean, I got X when I was in high school, but by that point I was already starting to be fairly critical of games. So I think it's kind of fair for me to say that Pokemon has kept its wonder for me. And I gotta say, Pokemon isn't even my favorite game series. Not one of them is my favorite RPG, nor do I think that there's anything particularly fantastic about some of the game's mechanics.
Though I don't play the game competitively against other players, so don't at me on that.
I feel like I'm only ever gonna get as excited about a Pokemon game if it's a fan game or if it's like one of the spin-off games, like Mystery Dungeon. Despite everything I just said, this video isn't really about Pokemon. It's about the childlike wonder that we've mostly lost as we've grown up. Pokemon just happens to be the thing that still sparks that feeling for me whenever I decide to pick up one of these games. I'm sure that Pokemon is a common one, but it could be anything. It doesn't even have to be a video game. I wanted to make this video to share one of the many things that I love about video games, and I felt like I should make a video about something from the very beginning for me. Which means I should have made a Hamtaro video!